Okay guys, this one's gonna be by request, kinda sorta. I know a lot of people, I get the question a lot of times, how do you get those flake scars to go away across? Referring to like pine trees and stuff with serrations. So I'll show you one way that I usually do my pine trees. And I'll just use this preform here. Go ahead and the first thing you want to do is get it really consistent. You want really consistent contours and surface contours. So you want to get everything, get the center line moved down the edge back to the center line. Kind of a hump there I was trying to get out. Trying to even things out right now. I'm going to go ahead and bring this shoulder in a little bit. These pine trees, like most of them, have kind of incurvate edges. Just from being resharpened so often. Quite a bit of stuff to remove over here. Got a little step there, so I'm gonna back off and take a couple little short flakes here. What that'll do is build convexity right in front of that thing. Now, if I braid down and cross, I can probably get underneath of it. Oh man, stopped it. Don't always work. Come up here and see if I can work into it. Needs some surface support. If I can get one to take part of it from down here. I got a little bit of it. Same thing, what's left of it there, I'm going to build a little convexity in front of it. See if I can get the rest of it off here. Must be a crystal in there or something. Really need to get it off there. That one got it. And you don't want to get your points too thin. You want to leave some meat on there to work with, especially out next to the edges. Just push them straight down like this. The flake shouldn't be stepping on the other side. Just flaking some obsidian right before I turn the camera on. Man, I got it all over me. Made a little knife blade out of some spiderweb obsidian. My buddy wants to gut a deer, skin a deer with one, so I'm making this one for him. So I'll take my little handheld flaker and just kind of go through and even up the edges. Main thing, like I said 100 times, you want that nice consistent preform. See how this surface comes all the way out and it's flat all the way out to the edge? I need convexity. I know that's going to be low when I look at it, so I need to bring that back up towards the center line. Get that little spot there bugging me. Okay, so my first set of flakes I'm going to throw across will start right here on the right side at the base. It'll go across like this, then I'll flip it, do the same thing over here. So I want to make sure these edges are turned up just above center line towards that side. You can really usually do that with just by raking across it with your abrader if you got it close enough. Usually take a look. If anything looks like it's too high, I'll move it down a little bit. Make sure the edges are all clean. I don't have any big step fractures or anything in them. Beautiful piece of hornstone, I will say that. If it won't go this way, it's probably already set up good enough to go the other way. Okay, so this is just one way of doing this, right? Get your tooltip either filed down or hammered down to a point. I'll probably just file this one. So now what I'll do is start down here on the bottom. Take a big old flake going right across, straight in. Now I'll make sure my edge is ground. Okay, there's our first one. Now the second one, when I push in, it'll spread out and it'll create a ridge right in here. So we're going base to tip. I'm going to jump just ahead of where this ridge is. Actually, actually not far. Just, I'm going to grab a hold of it right here. I'm going to take another big flake. It's a little much. And you just move up the edge like that, a little bit at a time. Really trying to push them flakes across there. You just want to go in sequence and spread them out kind of evenly. You want to make them closer together once you get up here at the tip. Ideally, I should have a lot finer tip than I do on here. But you see how that really accentuates those ridges going up that side. So then I'll just flip it over, do the same thing on this side. Try this slotted pad now. One there, one there, one there. You guys can see how far I'm moving up each time, right? And if you look, I'm taking quite a bit of that edge with me. This mass right in here. Whoa! Man, I've been dropping a lot of stuff lately. You see how it's removing this mass. That's why it's helpful to leave that kind of thick. It'll really help throw those scars across there. Try to get another one right there. Okay, so now we've got our flake scars going across this side and this side. So what we'll do here, give it a nice, you don't really want to do much with your abrader. What you want to do is come back with your hand flaker. And the way I do it is I try to get where I can see the back side, and right between the ridges I'll chip these deltas away on either side, and that'll leave a point to where this ridge comes out. So it goes kind of like this. Chip, chip, crunch, chip, crunch, crunch, chip. But what you want to do is remove material, and that'll help it when it comes to the end, cleaning these little deltas up, your little serrations, the points. It'll make it a lot easier if you go ahead and clean them up now. That's actually a really good tip there. You guys write that one down. So should I. Make sure I'm between my ridges. So what I'm doing is basically turning the edge between the ridges, which will be the tips of my serrations. Once you kind of get the edge turned between there, you can take a diamond file round one preferably, and I'll just go down the edge, and this will really help abrade that edge in there. You can abrade it on the angle if you're to where you're going to place your tool tip. It'll help it grab. Okay, so that's what we got. So now we can take our Ishi stick, give him another quick little file here. I need to draw it out more and hammer it. You want to have a pretty fine tip when you go into these, between these ridges, because especially the smaller serrations, it's kind of hard to reach in there and get to it, reach the edge. So now this side here, if you want your flakes to go oblique on an angle, what you can do is go base to tip and point your flakes kind of up this way, and then when you flip it to do the other side, go tip to base and push them forward, and you can get an oblique look. Most of the pine trees and early archaic stuff didn't have that, but like the Kirks and stuff didn't, but you know, the Daltons and stuff did, a lot of other ones. So anyways, so I'm just going between the serrations, tip to base. I'm just going to take some small ones, just set the tool tip right in there, pluck it out of there. I'm going to skip down because I don't like these surfaces there. They look like they're concave. I'm afraid this one might step. So I'll come back here and grab the next one that looks good. Kind of messy up though. You kind of want to stay in sequence, even if it's a small one. Yeah, took a lot of that edge. Be some big serrations, but you just want to pull those flakes, you know, aim for the other edge, whether you're doing pressure this way or this way. And those are a lot more defined than the other ones. Let's do this side and see how it turns out. But that's basically it. You know, and then you just come back and clean up your serrations. Cleaning up those deltas in the beginning before you put your notches / serrations in here really helps, because if not, they've got a big lump of material out here on the end of the things, and it's hard to get them cleaned up sometimes. But yeah, I'll just keep this one short and stop it here. I'll post a picture of this thing when I get it finished. But that's it, guys. That's how you get those long flake scars to go away across. Hope that helps. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Get a little screenshot here.